I pull up, guess what?
What?
Biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, what the fuck is up? Welcome back to the On Repeat Podcast.
Podcast. Oh fuck! Repeat. I keep doing this shit.
Mike is ready.
It's your boy
You
Media.
said podcast too.
I said podcast.
You said podcast. Both
I
of
learned
you
it
guys-
from you.
You guys both fucked up. It's your boy Medium, Frank.
And Dark Ruffalo.
You know why you call him Dark Ruffalo, right?
No, why?
Because he's a shady scientist. He's so shady. Why are you playing with gamma rays, you?
Why you playing?
You sneaky motherfucker.
That is a hell good one.
That was a good one,
Wow.
right? It's a pretty good one. I
That
thought
is
about
a
it for a
good
little bit, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw me looking out the window
Yeah, I
thinking,
did.
breathing heavy.
Did you see anything there that gave
Yeah.
you the idea?
Yeah, a scientist.
The chiropractor.
Yeah, he was wearing white, I assumed. You know what I mean? It's either Jesus or a scientist.
Yeah, that's true.
And
All right.
we also have Back from Rehab. Here, because as P.O. said, it's all Gucci. It's your friend, Hypeman Wolfy.
Hey.
Where's Wolfie?
Hashtag where's Wolfie? Hey, where's Wolfie?
Hashtag where's Wolfie is you gotta find me because I'm lost and I'm in a lift and I don't know where he dropped me off. I'm gonna take a picture.
He might be.
It's on IG.
He might be in your house.
I might be IGing from your house.
Oh man.
All right. What are we here for today?
What?
What are we here for?
Oh,
today?
what are we-
Yeah. What did you think I say?
Spread the word of Jesus.
I thought you said, "Well, we here for today." I'm like, what?
Are we here right now?
I don't know.
What is it?
All
I'm
right.
taking so much Krakatoa. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
same here, man. It helps me focus. All right.
Are you talking into the mic enough?
Am I?
I mean,
Can you
are you
see
gonna,
that?
like, are you gonna
Yeah,
say
it's
like
fine.
that the whole time?
It's fine.
That's kind of like an awkward position. there.
I know
you're
it
kinda
does.
like
Look,
Hey.
it's the.
Tilting your head back a little.
It looks like
too
amateur
seductively.
allure, bro. Oh, man.
That's gonna go in our hashtags.
Yeah, hashtag amateur allure.
Guys,
Okay, this is out of control now.
we're in a time. We're in a time frame.
Okay, I'll just say it. Okay, today
Come on,
we are
Mike.
talking.
Don't let me down, Mike.
We're talking about
Lean up to the
talking
mic,
about E3.
Yo, did you guys watch E3?
I missed it, but
I-
I saw the clips.
Come
I
on.
I mostly just looked at the trailers after E3. You know, 'cause,
Really?
like, yeah, I guess I don't have that much time.
Am
to
I a
spend.
nerd? It's because my job makes it so I'm just in front of a computer all day.
See, mine
So,
is
like-
too, but like I'm never alone enough to like. I don't think
Me
they want
neither.
to be alone enough to like.
I guess that's the
For
difference.
obvious fucking
The
reasons.
difference between me and you is like, what am I gonna do? Fire myself? I'm like, y'all niggas do the work. I'm watching E3. The Square Enix presentation is any second now. But yeah, I think we're gonna mainly talk about Square Enix. 'cause we're
Yeah.
nerds.
So did you see the whole Square Enix?
I
You
watched
did.
the whole thing, bro.
Okay. 'Cause
But honestly, the Square Enix one though happened prime time, so I was already home.
I see. I see.
There's like stuff that happened earlier in the day.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess you have more of the scoop there, especially when games. I know at
Dingus.
least I watched the Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh,
Talk.
I'm
The
so
gameplay.
excited. I'm ready to talk about that. Boy.
Yeah. So that's really why we're here to talk about that, because we're nerds when it comes to Final Fantasy.
Confirmed.
Except
Yeah.
me.
Except Wolfie. So I guess we're gonna have to
wild
talk about Doom.
What do you want to talk about, Wolfie, from E3?
I want to talk about Doom Eternal and Halo Infinite.
Okay.
God, he's awful.
Yeah. There's other ones I wanted to
My
talk about
childhood.
too, which is Cyberpunk
Oh, yeah.
2077.
Keanu. 2077. Keanu 2077.
Yeah, Watch Dogs 2 looks
Can't-
pretty alright.
Yep.
Um,
Watch Dogs. It's like set in the UK or some shit.
yeah. There's that, but
Do I have Bell's palsy? I feel like my face is like seizing up.
I think that's a Kraton, man.
Have you had too much kratom?
Shouts out to Joe Rogan.
Shout out.
Okay, let's keep
Are you
going.
okay?
I'm fine. I think.
Do we have
Can you
to
feel your
stop the
face when you're with
podcast?
me?
No, we're good.
All right, so I mean, we're mostly gonna talk about just like Square Enix, E3, and all the games we're excited about.
Yes.
And you guys could you
It's gaming time.
guys could also write down in the comments if there's any games we missed. I mean, we're gonna miss a lot. because we're only gonna talk about the things we really are passionate about.
Right.
I keep saying I should go to E3 and then I like half make plans and then I just don't either because I'm
Sounds
broke.
like your entire life.
Yeah, it's like I get to almost something or I just overdo something. There is no middle ground.
It's just not time yet.
It's never fucking. Nothing makes sense.
But I mean,
Going to
how much would
Comic-Con
it be to
at
go
some
to
point.
E3?
I mean, what is it like? A couple $100?
Yeah, I don't think it's super expensive. I just think like
It's the trip out.
there's only a certain amount of tickets that's released to the public because it's mostly like an industry event.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
So it's not necessarily about the money.
I mean, if
it's
we
like
become like actual
silhouettes when we
YouTubers,
finally go. I'm sorry, that's a very niche postal service reference that no one will get.
What?
I'm sorry.
well, what did you say? I didn't hear.
When we become, and I was like silhouettes when our body finally goes. You know that song?
No.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
But I was just gonna say, if we do like this podcast take
silhouette.
off, then you guys could catch us on E3.
Yeah, we'll have a
So-
booth there. And we're only going to be talking about Final Fantasy. Even if there's no Final Fantasy showcases.
Holding down the fort.
But anyway, so I guess we'll just get started. I mean, of course. I mean, do you want to go through the whole E3 Square Enix event before we get to the main cream of the crop?
The cream of the crop. The
Cream
cream
of
of
the
the
crop.
cream of the crop. I wanted to see how you were doing first.
Cream
though.
on a cop.
Okay, I mean,
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
I mean, as far as E3 Square Enix, I know there's Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. That Marvel game.
Yeah.
That Marvel game looks kind of cool. That's the only.
The Avengers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. 3 games I know from Square Enix.
They also did more announcements for Life is Strange 2.
Oh yeah.
Because that's
yeah.
like an episodic game. Life is Strange is a really slept on series in my
It's
opinion.
it's a good. I mean, I didn't play it, but I'm watching
Yeah.
people play it. The story is
amazing.
Amazing.
I still
yeah.
think Life is Strange 1, like the original with Max and all that stuff, is like superior. Like she was just a far more likable protagonist.
Yeah, I think.
And her powers were so much cooler and it like
Yeah.
actually impacted gameplay. Unlike the prequel they released with Chloe, where her moves, her special thing was like she just like talks shit about people.
Yeah.
And then in Life is Strange 2, like the little brother has the powers, but like the whole thing with the main character is like he draws. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not like interesting gameplay
Yeah.
the way like Max, who could rewind time.
That's true.
And that becomes a game mechanic.
Wait, so what's the main game mechanic for?
You could rewind.
For
two.
two, I mean, like, so, like, it's almost like a Telltale game. So, like, you know, like the Walking Dead series from
Right.
Telltale, where it's really just like an interactive movie,
Yeah.
Right.
where it's like it's very limited in gameplay. It's very heavily story and lore based,
Right.
but then it's also like it's like choices.
You gotta make decisions.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is true to the whole like Life is Strange thing.
Yeah.
The question was like, you said the protagonist draws.
Yeah.
And that's his thing. Well, how does that affect? The
It
universe?
doesn't.
It does not.
It
That's
doesn't.
just- oh, he's
doesn't
like,
do
oh,
anything.
So Max was a photographer.
It's just a
Yeah.
part of
It's
like
like if Max was a
storytelling.
photographer, and then instead of being able to rewind time, and that's a cool gameplay mechanic, you take a picture with her, and then
That's it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
there's no extra game mechanic.
Well, there's this thing where you're like you look at something and it's really like doesn't feel like a gameplay mechanic. You just look at something, focus on it, and then you like continue drawing by just like I don't know holding
it.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Then same
It's
thing. You look
spinning
up
the
again.
R stick, yeah.
I think this time around they just focus more on the story. So like,
Which is
when it
good
comes to the
still.
powers,
Yeah.
it's not so much the mechanic. It's more like the decision you have to
Right.
make with how to make
Because
use
the
those
person,
powers.
right, the person with the powers is your little brother, and your little brother's like
Oh,
literally a child.
Yeah.
So like you're going through this, and I don't want to like spoil the story
Yeah.
for people and stuff like that, but essentially like the plot of the game
Yeah.
is like the kid, like a cop fucking kills your dad because of some fucking bullshit like white power shit, right? No, it's just like scared cops. That's all it is. Scared cops. So cops are scared of brown people. And then after it happens, like obviously it's like such a stressful, like a distressing thing that your little brother like shows his power and he like fucking kills a
Yeah.
cop. And then now you're like, oh shit! So like you and your little brother are fugitives now. You just try to go to Mexico, and it's like the whole story is like you're trying to get down to Mexico without getting caught.
Yeah.
So you encounter things where like now you have to like make decisions and have your brother use his power for something. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Blah. Yeah.
I think what the second one has, it like has a stronger sense of though is the dialogue.
Yeah.
Because the first one, the dialogue was sometimes cringy. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I so love art. You know, it's
Well, because like she was a teen girl though.
yeah. Well, that was not even her saying that. Just one of the students from the high school.
Well, it's high school.
Yeah, but
There's
like,
some cringy dialogue in 2 though.
oh yeah. But like, I do think it is more interesting though, because you can pretty much rewind anytime, right?
Damn near. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it puts a spin on like a telltale game where it's all about decisions, but this time like
You
You
have
don't
like
have
a
control over
yeah.
the main
yeah,
thing that makes the difference.
yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
And I
that's
just
Life
think
is
like
Strange.
Max is just like so much more of a likable character in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like she had like a cool like mysterious quality about her, and like the more that you like went through the game, the more you uncovered her actual relationship with Chloe and stuff like that. It was just like I think better.
Yeah,
But I've also been leaning towards female protagonists lately because I'm just like sick of male protagonists. So maybe that's what it is. But I actually really enjoyed Life is Strange 2. And like me and Cammy played the first 2 chapters before we played Kingdom Hearts 3 this year, and it was really good.
yeah,
But there's a problem with that because like I'm not a huge fan of episodic games,
yeah.
especially when you pay $65 up front and then you have to wait for these episodes to come out. It was understandable when Telltale used to do it because it's a fucking small indie developer.
Yeah.
So that's how they had their cash flow. They legit couldn't pay their developers to do the episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, and without the cash flow from episode 1.
Yeah.
Square doesn't need that. So I think
No.
they're just rushing a game out to capture revenue.
A lot of fucking things are doing that.
Yeah.
That's the whole issue with like. First off, don't pre-order anything for any reason whatsoever. There's
Yeah.
no point. You can get the special edition, whatever the crap, later when it's on sale.
I'm gonna do it for Final Fantasy VII.
You can, but anyway, the whole point of that is like you give them this huge cash injection, and they still come out with an incomplete game that just breaks the trust. EA Sports, EA anything.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Anthem. Have you heard anything about Anthem?
Anthem, I've played the demo, sorta.
But you know the story of Anthem?
No.
Where they had like I think 6 to 8 years to make it, right?
Right.
And the whole time they kept scrapping their ideas, not really knowing what to do, and they just kept fucking off. And then E3 they just put together kind of like a fake gameplay.
Yeah, like
And then when
Wow.
people
a
reacted,
golden sample.
yeah, when people reacted well to it, they're like, "Oh shit, that's the game we have to make." So then they
Oh
had
my
1
God.
year to make it because EA's like, "Dude, it's been 6 years. Like, where's my game?" You know? Like,
Yeah.
So now it's a
That's
piece
why
of shit
it's
game.
only a demo.
No, it's out. The full
out.
game's out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's everyone. It's like shitty.
Right. Okay. So the thing with that, like, so Destiny had an issue with that, where like again you're paying upfront full price for a video game and you don't get the whole game, and then you got DLCs where before DLCs used to be like so you got. So let's say you had a picture of the Mona Lisa or something like that, or some
Yeah.
kind of painting, and a DLC is like a little related painting. Now it's Mona Lisa with her face cut out, and
And
then
the
you can buy
DLC,
the
yep.
face later.
Yep.
After it comes out,
It's fucked.
by the way, it's not even complete.
In-game
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
hiding shit behind a paywall and in-game currency is just so
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah, Canada's trying
Yeah.
to get that banned. Like
Yeah.
the EU wants to get microtransactions banned.
They should. I mean, like there should. Like I'm not like mad at like purchasable things.
Yeah.
Right. But it should be so
It shouldn't be pay
insignificant.
to play.
Yeah, it should be like fucking like aesthetic things.
Yeah.
Like when you play GTA Online, it's like, oh, you could buy these clothes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
or something like that.
Or,
But it shouldn't be like
In let's say, was it Team Fortress 2 or whatever? You pay money to buy a fucking hat. You know,
Yeah.
It doesn't affect a damn.
Right.
thing.
It doesn't
just
affect a
shows
damn
off
thing.
How rich you are.
And
Yeah.
that game is free, you
Right.
know, and like,
Yeah.
and you could enjoy it. You could become great at it, and still not have spent. a
yeah,
single
I would
dime.
I would be good. I'd be fine with like hiding shit behind a paywall if the base game is free.
Yeah.
But the problem is so many game developers make you pay the 65 off
Right.
tops.
Yeah.
A huge issue I also had was with Battlefront Star Wars Battlefront 2, where there
The
was
one
this
that
huge,
for the PS3 or PS4.
4 and Xbox One. It's like they really messed up with basically making it pay to play, and then they listened to everyone after it was enough backlash. You know, that's the problem. It's like they don't realize it's bad in the first place.
Yeah.
because they give a fuck about money more than gameplay. when there's enough backlash, they actually shut up and do something about
Right.
it. Now you can't just buy Vader out the gate and play like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, everybody was planning on just boycotting the entire
Yeah.
Battlefront franchise. Because you can't fuck with Star Wars. You're
I
not
just-
supposed to.
I was just gonna say though too, when it comes to like video games as a medium, it's still pretty new. You know,
In our lifetime, yeah.
in our lifetime, yeah, and like it's interesting to me how like when it comes to things that the what do you call that, the consumer is not happy with, and there's a backlash. I guess like consumers have a more direct effect on the developers. I feel like,
Right.
yeah,
Right,
compared
right.
to anything else.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's really your target audience that's really going
Yeah.
to dictate what you do. But it just sucks because, like, as much as, like, it's cool how gaming has evolved,
Yeah.
it also has evolved in many negative ways. Like, the fact, like, your point where you could just buy Vader off tops, the fun of playing, like, Tekken back in the day was like,
Yeah.
I can't get this character until I fucking unlock it by getting better at
Exactly.
Right.
this game.
Yeah.
Like, you
you
don't have
you
to-
feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
You know.
Smash still kind of does that though. You know what I mean? But it's like even Smash
know-
Ultimate, it's easy to get the characters in my
Yeah.
opinion.
You know
what I
what
mean?
awesome game still does that? Binding of Isaac.
What's that?
Oh, I've heard of that.
Play that fucking game. It's like kind of like an indie dungeon crawler thing, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gotten fucking huge. Just download it, just play it. Basically, the unlockable characters, you need to do X, Y, and Z in
Yeah.
order to unlock them. Like, you need to finish the game with, like, having taken no damage, which is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like, you need to defeat this boss X amount of times or whatever. I forget which ones. But it's fucking fantastic. There's no option
Yeah.
to cheat, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like I know because I've watched this documentary called Indie Game, where the guy who made Binding of Isaac also made Super Meat Boy.
Binding of what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Meat
But
Boy.
he's just like, since he's like an indie developer and he's like, all about gaming, I think he has some type of integrity.
Oh,
It's like, I'm
well,
gonna make
yeah.
my games hard, but you're gonna love it. Like
No, I mean the giant production studios always sell the fuck out because it's a business. at the
Bethesda,
end
I
of
feel
the
like it's
day.
starting to sell
Oh
out.
man. I had so much love for Bethesda, but they've
Same
done,
here, yeah.
Fallout 76 has hurt me in my
Speaking
soul.
of shit that was released too early, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
my god.
How did they take Fallout and really fuck up that
Right.
series?
Yeah.
They finally put something out, in quotes, that everybody wanted. Who doesn't want open world Fallout shit,
Yeah.
right? That's a no-brainer.
Bethesda 2 has the best presentations. E3, he makes you, what's his name, Todd?
Yep.
It makes you believe like you are not gonna leave your houses. This is gonna be your life from now on.
It's just
But,
like that nigga that talks a big game, but when he can't eat pussy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's the.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Sound hurt?
No, I eat pussy hella good, bro.
No, I know, but you still sound hurt, so I'm trying to figure out what
Oh, yeah, no, it's true. I'm hurt in many ways.
figure out what you're
But
upset about.
okay, we kind of veered off though, because we're like focusing on Square Enix. So
Well, I mean, I think it's good because, like, I think we were going to talk about, like gaming and how it, like,
yeah,
evolved.
yeah.
So we
Oh,
knocked
that's
that
true.
out,
That's
yeah.
true. So did you want to go to other games first then?
Yeah, let's
I
save
want to
Square
talk
Enix
really
for
quick
last.
about Doom Eternal.
All right.
Because
Go
I'm
ahead.
super stoked about that. So I played Doom 2016. Fucking loved it, right? Doom Eternal. It's... Oh my god. So...
Use your
it
voice.
took-
Use your words.
Everything from childhood Doom, right?
Uh-huh.
You remember, as a child, how Doom looked. It looked
remember
HD,
how it looked, yeah.
Right? When you're a kid playing Doom,
Yeah.
with your imagination in full gear.
Oh, no, I was outside making friends.
Now, see, I didn't do that. I did none of that shit.
With Final Fantasy characters.
as Final Fantasy characters.
Right, with all those in quotes 3D games like Doom, Heretic, Wolfenstein, all that shit, they looked real as fuck because that was the best we had. Right now,
Yeah.
we're looking at this shit. Doom guy has a fucking shotgun with a grappling hook attached to it. He like swings around, blows a dude off. They redesigned the monsters to look like the old monsters.
Yeah, yeah.
And first off, the graphics, obviously, everything looks fucking beautiful now. But the reveal, I don't think this was in E3. This is just like an up. Was this in E3?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because maybe I saw it. Whatever. Anyway, the fucking Inferi character. I don't know if you guys know that, but like,
No.
I don't.
Anyway, so there's this one monster that spawns other monsters and disappears in a ball of flame. It's really hard to kill. They just revealed the shit out of that out of nowhere. We haven't seen that particular monster since it was an old ass fucking game. Everybody remembers his ass. It's had multiple iterations of, a monster that can spawn other monsters.
Yeah.
But this is exactly... I mean, that moment just got me so fucking psyched. If you see the old in-game sprite for it in, Doom... What's it? Doom 2? I don't fucking remember. Long ass time ago. And then...
This is going so well.
You're welcome to chime in about
I don't know anything about Doom.
all I was going to say, though, I played a little bit of the Doom that came before this upcoming one.
So Doom 2016.
2016? Why is that funny?
You both are just like, the other Doom.
There's so many.
Well, because I
Exactly why.
I didn't really play the original ones. I just know it's referenced everywhere. Everyone knows what Doom is.
Yeah.
I've seen the monsters, and then there was Doom 3, which took it into a horror, where it's just like you have a flashlight, it's dark as fuck.
Right.
And that was also another iteration.
They tried to reboot Doom 1.
Yeah.
3D.
But at least with the new ones, it feels like it's actually closer to the original game, except this time they could do so much more.
Right.
But it's that same, you don't hide behind shit, you
You just go in with a fucking gun and kill shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking awesome.
And it incentivizes you to do that, because if you kill someone with I don't know, a cinematic kill,
gore kill.
and then it'll have ammo and stuff like that.
Right,
so it's just
right.
very fast paced.
Yeah.
Fucking hard. Yeah.
Easter egg. You can see the icon of sin right above, I think right after you leave Argentinur, or however you pronounce that.
Who's Sin from Final Fantasy X?
No.
Icon of sin from Doom. He was the final boss in one of the older Dooms. I forget which one. But it's like a giant fucking goat's head that shoots fireballs at you. Anyway, you can see that right above the entrance to, I think, the step, whatever it is, that area of hell where it's something, the Great Step or something like that. And if you shoot in between the horns, or right above, in middle of the forehead, basically, where the weak point was in the original Doom, you actually get a huge amount of fucking XP. And
Oh shit!
it's
tight.
It's awesome.
It's cool. This new one, are they going to heaven?
What? No.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking that's what's missing. You should have here's hell.
What? No.
But then you go up to heaven and then you're killing people
killing God.
Yeah, have a whole God of War.
Isn't that God of War? I was gonna say.
But to see in Doom where the angels still look like monsters, that'd be
See,
sick.
the whole thing with Doom is hell.
Who hurt
is
you, bro?
a different-
The angels as monsters, you want to kill God.
Yeah,
It's
hell
called
is just a different
Evangelion.
dimension.
It's
Just a
Evangelion.
girl, bro. You'll be all right, man. Look at me, I'm great.
A single tear rolled down
They don't see it,
as
you
he
motherfucker.
stares off into the distance.
It's a fucking podcast. I can't see it.
People can hear that.
I know.
They can hear your tears.
No, they can't.
But anyways, what were we saying?
Killing shit. Fucking hell is another dimension in Doom.
Yeah.
It's been- up until the recent ones, it's been a different dimension. Before that, it was just literally hell. But they tried to explain away how all the demons have cybernetic attachments and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
To where there was contact from different Earths from different dimensions and shit like that. And the timeline's fucking dumb as shit. It's
It's all right. I like Kingdom Hearts.
right, so that's Doom. I'm fucking stoked for Doom killing.
Is there a release date for it? Did they announce it?
Ah shit.
It's okay. If you don't know it, it's fine. It's fine.
People have Google.
I know Halo Infinite is scheduled for the
Let's get into
holidays.
Halo Infinite. Fuck it.
So the Halo universe has gotten really, really complicated. Yeah. It's still just about shooting aliens. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So the lore with all the books and the comics that nobody knows exists. It actually goes really, really into detail, and then a lot of the plot points in the games, I've noticed you kind of have to already know a lot of what's going on. If you're just a new gamer who just some kid that just got an Xbox One and super stoked for playing the new Halo, but hasn't played any of the other ones, it's gonna not make any fucking sense. Because it's why was he floating in space? How did he get there? What the fuck's wrong with Earth? Where's Cortana? It's like, who's this dude in the fucking beard with a weird, oddly Middle Eastern accent? It's it's like, you know, I know what's gonna happen.
I mean, my experience with Halo, I just mostly played the multiplayer with friends.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
There's only certain
trash.
like there's a certain demographic that's really completely invested in
Yeah.
the Halo storyline. Because I don't know, think of another like Final Fantasy, there's a lot of lore, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of people invested in that. Halo, sure, there's still plenty of people invested in it, but it's not like pursued after as much.
Yeah.
All we do is just wait for the next game. You know, and then we play
With
that,
Halo,
and
you think?
yeah, and then there's no real speculation as to what's gonna happen next. Because
Yeah.
first off, we know Master Chief's gonna live.
I just feel like
I mean,
the thing
like-
with Halo, though, it's like the first few ones were already great games, and they kind of set like the tone for like what shooters are. But from there on, how much could you really like improve on your game other than graphics and new shit you could do?
The game mechanics have stayed the exact same.
Yeah.
which is fine.
So it's, I mean, cause like,
because it's space marines shooting aliens. It's
Yeah.
not complicated. Same with Doom. It's like a marine shooting demons. Like
Yeah.
it's very straightforward, and it's supposed to be. It's a fucking shooter. But like the only place they could continue to advance is the storyline.
the story, yeah.
My only point is it's gotten convoluted. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
now the AI in general are a different race aside from the humans Covenant, which is split into two factions. The Flood, which is non-existent technically, and now the AIs have banded together under Cortana because the created now must rule with a benevolent iron fist.
Yeah.
But then the Covenant itself split into multiple factions, and then what the fuck's going on with Earth? Because Earth is just consistently under attack, and has been invaded twice. Now it's about to be invaded by the AI, and there's different factions inside of the AIs, like the ship AI on the USS Infinity, their main flagship spaceship or whatever, the giant one.
Yeah.
That didn't fall on conveniently. Didn't decide to follow Cortana's orders and basically eliminate anybody that decided to go to war. It's like peace by force. Is
Yeah.
the whole AI's thing. But here's the thing: picking up that game, you're gonna play Halo Infinite. Never played a Halo game before in your life. You're not gonna know what the fuck's going on.
But I mean, I think there are people who are like crazy about the core Halo players, right?
Right.
But like
Guilty.
the longevity of Halo has always been the multiplayer, though. You know, people go there for the multiplayer.
Right. That actually reminds me very much of what Call of Duty has become. Black Ops
Yeah.
4 is multiplayer only, which I thought I'd never see. It's like Battle Royale style,
Yeah.
which is fucking crazy because Call of Duty, thank God they released World War II. Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
Amazing storyline, great graphics, just all out wonderful. Zombies, the way they did it, perfect. No notes. Black Ops 4 is fucking trash. I can just play Apex. You know, it's okay. I don't need to play Black Ops 4.
A lot of those games too. Like I feel like they copy
They have
off
the
each
exact
other
same
so
No,
much.
it's we live in a post Fortnite world.
Yeah.
Where if you have a shooter, it's gonna just devolve into battle royale.
Right, here's
You know what,
Fortnite wasn't
though?
even the first one.
There's this one battle royale game that looks kind of cool. It's called Mord. It's like Mord Hall. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
So there's like a couple what's the word for it? Gameplay options, right? There's the battle royale, which is all right, but where it shines mostly it's like the team battles, because what it is, it's kind of like, you know, that type of multiplayer game, but you're knights.
Huh.
And when you see it in gameplay, it actually looks like just like a fucking like knights,
like knights just going at each
yeah,
other.
like sometimes you see like two people trying to kill one guy, and it's like, oh shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah. But okay,
That's
was there anything else you need to add to Halo before we talk about
I'm gonna buy
Cyberpunk?
it. I mean, I know I'm gonna fucking buy it.
I didn't know you were a Halo fan.
I've been following the story so hard. I've read all the books.
Damn.
There's so many books. guys, there's so many books.
All right. Well, have you? I know you've seen it, but Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, but
What did you see? The trailer
Yeah, the
only?
trailer.
I just saw
Okay.
the trailer too only.
Okay, so I mean, first of all, just to break down the trailer and how like Keanu Reeves is in the end, like to me, that kind of feels like a homage to the movie Johnny Mnemonic. Have you guys seen that?
No, what is that?
I've heard
So
of it.
it's you guys should see it because it's so funny how bad the acting is. But Keanu Reeves is this guy who like basically his job is he is kind of like a courier.
1995.
Courier of information, but like he downloads it to his brain, and then uploads it to. But basically, the whole setup of that trailer was almost like Johnny Mnemonic.
Gotcha.
But I think like Cyberpunk, from what I've seen so far, gameplay wise, feels like it is the next gen you're looking for. And if you're looking for the new, if you're kind of like disappointed with Fallout, I think this is gonna be your new Fallout.
Okay.
Guys, Johnny Mnemonic is set in 2021. I'm not sure.
That's like in 2 years.
It's like in 2 years.
But
We
okay,
got none of this shit.
let me explain though why I think you're gonna like it. If you like
the electronics
Fallout,
around you poisoning
like-
the airwaves.
All right, Vivek.
so it's an RPG, right? You unlock shit, and it's a whole city. So it's like Fallout, but with a living city. So it's like mixed with Grand Theft Auto,
Okay.
but your city looks like it's from Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
And you could drive, it's mostly first person.
Yeah.
But like you have dialogue options and trees where like depending on what you choose or what you do, it affects like your missions.
Okay.
Like you could go a non-lethal way,
Yeah.
or you could just come barge in and shit like that. But like basically you're always kind of like weighing options
Right.
of what to do.
See, I only like that when it's executed the right way. Like Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah.
Right? Perfect. The way they did that, your ending differs. That was the start of it. I mean, it wasn't perfect. That was the start, and it was a great, strong start to it. There are other things that I've noticed that do that. What's it called? Red Dead Redemption 2 has an alignment scale. I'm all on the evil side. Not all the way, but
Yeah.
it doesn't affect gameplay whatsoever.
But-
Sure, like it allows
Yeah.
certain conversations to go more likely in one way than the other.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it doesn't change the story whatsoever.
But we've seen this kind of like dynamic gameplay before though in Fallout New Vegas.
yeah,
where like
Fallout
if you
did it great.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially with the context cues and the conversation cues.
Yeah, so this one is kind of like that, except like everything is like just really immersive,
Yeah.
and the gameplay as far as the action stuff looks pretty good. Like you can upgrade your arm so that like these like robotic sights come out from it and
Can you
shit
shoot
like
things?
that. Huh?
Can you shoot things?
Oh, you can shoot many things.
What's
You
the-
have a
what's-
gun.
what's
You have
the-
a gun that like ricochets bullets,
Ooh.
so that But what were you saying?
Ooh.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
What's
Totally forgot. You guys can keep going.
No, that's pretty much it. I
Did
think
you see
should.
that meme where it's Keanu in 2077 like walking into the city and it's like, ah shit, here we go again.
Medium doesn't find that funny. You're just watching the game.
Yeah, but I'm also.
Man.
I just don't give a
Yeah, I know
fuck
you
about-
have. You
I
don't
just
have
don't give a
much.
fuck about this game.
I don't.
so
You don't
let's
have
move
much
on.
to.
What's another game? What else do you have?
The other thing is just Watch Dogs 3, which like Watch Dogs has always been a cool concept. There's some fun things you could do, but
Until
it's a
it became real
Ubisoft
life.
Was
game.
the last one in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Dashie play that with fucking JD?
No.
Oh my, that was like the funniest gameplay I've ever
Really?
seen in my life.
I'll check it out.
Those guys are hilarious together, and like all the crazy shit you could do with Watch Dogs just makes it fucking hilarious. Like that's probably I love Dashie.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite Dashie video ever.
Oh shit!
It's
I
so
should check
funny.
it out.
It's better than all his Happy Wheels stuff, and I think
Yeah.
his Happy Wheels stuff is like the greatest thing on YouTube.
Right.
Dashie Happy Wheels I could watch for on loop for fucking like ever.
Yeah.
But Watch Dogs 2, when he and JD played it, it was the funniest gameplay I've ever seen in my life.
I see.
Just
So-
pure joy, pure joy.
I'll check it out. But I was just gonna say before we move on though, what's just cool like their gimmick this time? It's they've always had that interactivity with the city.
Yeah.
But
Are they
this
still
time-
hackers and shit in this one?
Yeah, but it's set in London.
Oh.
And it's just more interesting actually, because I feel like the first one was so boring as
What
far
was
as the
the first
location. It's Chicago.
What was that one game that was kind of like that, but like you're in like Thailand or some shit?
Oh shit.
Or it's
Thailand?
not that
Far
because
Cry?
because like it's the one where you have like unlimited parachutes.
Oh, Just
Just
Cause.
Cause.
That's
I
the sick
fucking
game.
love Just Cause.
That game itself sucks, but
I
just
show
do.
you that?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. In your
Yeah.
apartment in LA.
Unlimited
The game itself is
parachutes.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But just
Shit,
like
but
going
it's
around
so
and
much
fucking
fun.
shit up.
Yeah,
is fun.
like
Yeah.
moving around is fun.
Like linking somebody, grappling somebody to a car.
So this game kind of has that feeling where you could like, kind of set up your own traps and shit like that. But their gimmick is that you could recruit anyone in the world to your cause,
Oh.
and you could use them as your
Is
player.
it a Just Cause?
But yeah, if that character dies too, they're permanently dead. So you just move on to the next one.
Damn. So it's like Catholicism.
Exactly like Catholicism.
You recruit anyone to your cause, but when they die, they die.
But and the last thing is just, which I can't really say much about, but like I love From Software, makers of Dark Souls, Sekiro,
Yeah.
and they're making a game with George Martin.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that was just like a crazy reveal.
What are they gonna make? Some fucking
Incestual
yeah, like
gameplay.
some sex and some fucking dirty white people. God, I'm so sick of dirty
Tits
white
and
people.
dragons.
But that's pretty much it, man. I think we should move on to maybe talk about
There's no
Final
more-
Fantasy VIII.
There's no more E3 reveals that you had.
Not really. There was a fucking. What was that thing with the dog? You know
What?
You know what I'm talking about? There was like a dog that got brought
Watch
on
Dogs?
the stage. No, it was like an actual dog.
Yeah, I got burned on stage.
Yeah.
It got
What?
burned on stage.
Burn, who the fuck said burn? I said brought.
He said burned.
Oh,
Oh,
the shit.
okay. Is that the
I
new
didn't
game?
I might have missed that in E3 this year.
I can see it happening at E3 though. There's so many cringy and weird things happening at E3.
His name is Bam Bam.
Okay.
John
Well, what-
Bernthal's dog.
Why don't you,
Bam
John
Bam.
Berthnall?
Yeah.
You mean
Ubisoft.
wait, no, John Berthnall? That's his name.
Berntthal.
You know who John Berthnall is, right?
What?
Who's
He plays Shane in Walking Dead. He was the Punisher.
Oh, that's him?
yeah, he's the Punisher on Netflix.
Oh,
John
shit.
Berthnall, right?
I mean, his
Berntthal
dog
or
was on
Bernthal?
stage. Oh my god.
This guy's for
Bernthal?
Ubisoft.
Oh, okay, and then whatever.
He was on Ubisoft's Ghost Recon Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So what about this dog? Like, why don't you tell us what happened?
Yeah, what's
He was just there. Everybody loved the dog.
Oh,
okay?
It's a dog.
Do you have any game that you saw
People watched
in
him.
E3 that
Watch Dogs. Boom. See Mike. Ready to go.
all right.
You gotta watch out for this man.
I know, man. This is
But yeah, do you have other games that
no. I mean, no.
you just focus on Square Enix?
Yeah, honestly, it took the entire like. I had been waiting for Final Fantasy VII Remake for so long
Yeah.
because it's literally my childhood that everything else seemed tiny and insignificant. Like Wolfie's penis.
But like even
What?
with Square though, they don't have other games. Or
I mean,
anything?
they did. I mean, I don't think Final Fantasy VIII was part of the E3 reveal.
No,
That one was like dropped on the periphery,
I see.
and that was like one other thing where it was just like I was stoked off of Life is Strange 2, even though I am kind of like bummed at like the idea of it. Right?
Yeah.
I was stoked off of Marvel, the Avengers.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah.
And then like they also showed other things for like Dissidia, other Final Fantasy like releases.
Mm-hmm.
But 7 was like the main thing, right? So
Yeah.
I was already like stoked off of their showcase, right? And then on Twitter they're just like dropping gems. Oh, we're doing an 8 remake or remaster. And like that's literally the only one that hasn't got it. You want to know why?
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 Because because when they were actually making Final Fantasy 8 and 9 at the same time. They split the development team up, right? And then with 8, like they did some things when they were building the game that's just like not good practice as developers.
see.
Like they weren't making backups or anything like that. So like what 8 was, like that build, it's just that. There's no previous versions that you could go and like fucking like remaster the fucking character models.
Yeah.
And then the background. You know, because they always just did like a fixed background, the early Final Fantasies, right? So if they were going to do a remaster, they'd essentially have to just like build a brand new game. And for some reason, 8's like critically not acclaimed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It still did well as far as sales.
Yeah, because it was coming off of 7.
Yeah.
And 7 was so massive. And then like the marketing campaign they did for 8 was so huge. And they even got Faye Wong, who was like she was like the Beyonce of China at that time, to sing Eyes on Me. So like it was obviously going to sell well. But the game itself is actually pretty criticized because of the junction system being so bad.
Draw system.
There really wasn't a lot of like fantasy in it. They went so forward with like the realistic like cyberpunk kind of thing, where they lost a lot of like pure RPG fans.
Because people are looking for. Well, it's weird though. Because before 7, it was all just like
all
complete
like
fantasy. 7
dirty
brought
white people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dragons.
Final Fantasy 7 brought Barrett, who's not a white person.
No.
You know?
Yet they still can't get his voice right. But
let's talk about that later.
Oh my god, bro! We gotta show Wolfie what Square Enix thinks a black person.
I know, that's why you say that's what they think a
They
black
think
guy sounds like.
An American black dude sounds
Hell
like
yeah.
that? Like, no, that sounds like a fucking trucker racist white guy.
No, it sounds like they got Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder to do it.
That's literally.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And they probably think that guy was black on Tropic Thunder, you know?
Oh my god! I just watched the dumbest play I've ever seen in my life. What are you doing, Danny Green? You idiot! Anyway, I'm sorry. This is not a sports podcast. But yeah, so 8 I never thought was gonna get a remaster because people didn't really fuck with it, and they made it literally the hardest thing in the world to do because they didn't properly save older versions of it, right? But when they announced that they did it, and have you seen the screenshots of like what the character models look like so far? I'm pretty juiced. I just hope they don't use that stupid MIDI soundtrack that comes with the PC version.
Yeah.
Like the one you have.
See,
Stupid.
I was going to say, when you told me, because I didn't know about that. I didn't see that Final Fantasy VIII was getting remastered. And I did kind of hear, actually, about, like, I guess it was just like a title, a clickbaity title on YouTube saying, like, oh, like, it's lost.
My boobs are
Final
big?
Fantasy VIII is lost. Yes. But, see, I was excited when you said that they're remaking it or remastering it.
Yeah.
But then when I saw it, I was like, I'm still excited because it's coming out fresh into like new systems. But I have that version of remastered. You know, it looks exactly the same.
As the Steam one?
The Steam one.
Really?
Well, I mean, you have to mod that.
Yeah.
But like, I thought maybe they'll use their own textures. It's gonna look slightly different. But it looks exactly
Does
the
it?
same.
I never played the Steam version, so I always compare it because I've always just played the original PS1.
Yeah.
release. So
Which is still great. Like that's my favorite Final Fantasy because I think I played that more, grew up with that more.
Yeah.
You know. So.
for a while, it was my favorite Final Fantasy too, until I got older and I played 10 last year, and oh my god, it's my favorite Final Fantasy. But yeah, I mean, I'm still interested in playing the remaster. I think I'm sure they're gonna there's gonna be some changes to it in terms of like the gameplay. So yeah, I'm still interested in playing it. Oh my god, I'm watching the end of this final. I'm sorry, it's the finals, and it looks like the Warriors just lost.
Oh really?
They're down 1 with 0.9 left.
Shit.
Oh my
They could
god.
turn around. They could turn around.
What?
Yes! Fuck the Warriors. Like, hey, Warrior fans. This is your friend, Medium Frank. Suck my fucking dick from the back. Let's go. Wait.
What?
Wait, like inverted? Like
Yeah.
it's coming
Wait,
out
you
your
never
ass?
you never had a girl suck your dick from the back?
I mean,
I feel like you
what-
would have,
what,
Wolfie.
you
You're a
like-
freak.
You're like, yes, but like you
You get
what?
on your
You, like,
you
put
get on your
invert
fucking knees. You get on all fours. You get in,
as usual, yes.
So you tuck your
and then I thought
between
you
your legs
you
first.
tuck your
Oh.
behind your
Your
leg,
leg.
and then she's fucking starts it, and then your balls is literally right there, so she could like kind of, you know what I mean? And then she wants to get the going, then shit, nigga, run it. We should cut that out, huh? What do you guys think? Yes,
All right.
I mean, I think
I
that should.
fucking love that shit.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I would totally do that, especially so Warrior
I
fans.
tried to do that to myself.
If I could do that to myself,
me.
I would quit my
Be-
job.
From behind though, you gotta like.
I am that. Oh my god, the lengths I go to to get my dick.
This is how you throw a dance party in Mykonos, bitch.
This is why I have this exact number of friends.
So anyway, yeah, Final
right.
Fantasy 8. I'm stoked that there's gonna be a remaster for that.
I like that it exists.
It's probably like the best love story out of all the.
I mean, because it's like
based
the
on love,
one
yeah.
Final Fantasy that's the main
Yeah.
core of the.
But then I say that, and then I just instantly think of Titus and Yuta, and I'm like, that's a better love story, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't
But
know, like
it's a better love story because I think the backdrop of like the story.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
pops
Have you
it
beat
up
10
better.
before?
No,
Don't talk to me then, nigga.
but I know what happens.
Cut the A mic.
What happens?
I mean, should I spoil it?
Yeah, spoil
Yes.
it.
How
What
like
happens?
Titus, it's like a summon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
and then he has to go back or something.
yeah.
Oh, word.
Nigga, come on, there's so much. Please play 10 and beat it and talk to me. Like, I guarantee you would like it
Yeah.
more than any other game in the world.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, 8's getting the remastered. That was pretty unexpected, so that's fucking lit.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. Are you? I know you think it's the same exact game. Are you gonna buy it? Like Vet is gonna buy Halo.
I'm gonna buy Halo.
Probably not, just because I already have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Damn, this
Yeah.
nigga got integrity. What other things you got integrity about?
Huh?
Like structural integrity? you have any? What do you like? What do you care? Like, what
Integrity.
what
This dick.
aspects of life do you put integrity before anything else?
I mean, I don't know.
Good.
Stupid.
The word integrity. I mean, I guess integrity. I guess with my music, I'd say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't put integrity behind my music at all
Why not?
because I'm trying to get rich, cut.
No hesitation.
Dog, I'm fucking so tired of
Rich
this
kid.
life, man. Me and Wolfie have like a plan right now. So if we don't make it in America by 30,
Yeah.
we're moving to the Philippines,
Philippines.
and we're gonna just be pop stars there. But
Okay.
if that doesn't work, we're killing ourselves at 33.
Oh, instant suicide.
3 years.
Yeah.
Giving yourself 3 years.
If it takes me more than 3 years to be a fucking superstar in the Philippines, I don't know what the fuck is happening because anyone can be a superstar in the Philippines. Am I lying?
I don't know. I haven't been
No,
there.
I'm asking him. He lived there.
I mean, there's a lot of actors and actresses there that I feel like they're just. If you came from the States, you have a higher chance, I think. Yeah.
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 That's what I'm saying.
All right. Apparently,
Do you want to
Indians are
go with
all
us in
rich there?
September, by the way?
If I could get it off, yeah.
Get it off. Ask now.
If I have money.
off.
Me, Wolfie, and James are fucking nailing down a date next week.
Okay, shit.
Stupid. Come on, be our guide. Anyway, okay, sorry. So, what
You speak Tagalog.
what
So I
other
do
what other Square releases are you excited about?
I mean, like I said, I don't really know any of the games from Square. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Avengers, you think?
Avengers. Avengers looks cool. Because at first when I heard about it, I thought they were gonna go the Marvel Alliance way.
Yeah.
And I was like, Marvel Alliance.
Has anyone played Marvel Alliance? Did you play it?
No, I haven't. No.
Have you?
I have not played
I'm
it.
honestly.
Either.
It's
not-
all right.
I'm not
I
excited
mean-
for.
Is it like a
Marvel.
is
No.
it like an RPG?
Uh,
Or is it like a
not.
fighting game?
It's kind of like Gauntlet in a way, except it's
Oh.
more corridory. You know, it's not
Gotcha.
like It's kind of like that. You're gonna have up to 4 players.
Right.
But I'm kind of excited for Marvel. I mean, I don't know if I'll like buy it when it comes out.
Right.
I'll have to see how well it does first. But I think I definitely want to feel like Iron Man. You know,
Yeah.
I definitely want to see.
Go ahead. Keep going. I want to feel that, man.
Or the Hulk, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a shot.
How would I feel like the Hulk? me taking 4 Kratums and hella cocaine
Yeah.
and a shot of tequila. Oh my god. Frankie Smash! This ugly girl!
Yeah,
did you play Guardians of the Galaxy? That
No.
game that they
There's
did
a
for-
game?
Yeah,
already?
it's
Well,
by
it's not a
Telltale.
game.
It's by Telltale.
Oh,
Anytime
okay.
A game or not game, a movie gets enough like exposure, there's going to be a game no matter
But-
how shitty the developer.
Yeah.
It's not your typical superhero game though. It was made by Telltale.
So it's like
It's like story-based
right.
dialogue and decision making.
Which
That'd
is
be
good
kinda
for
cool,
Guardians.
Yeah, it was actually
Guardians
pretty
should never
entertaining.
just be a shooter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's a
'Cause-
lot of personality to it.
I agree.
I haven't played it though.
Yeah,
Also, Captain America looks like shit in the new fucking.
He
revival.
kind of does.
know,
he
he
kind of
does.
does.
Like,
Yeah.
fucking does. I mean,
Kinda
Iron Man
does.
it's really hard to fuck up Iron Man because
Yeah.
it's a fucking robot. How many times you got to make a robot?
Yeah.
I mean, they all look kind of weird, honestly,
Yeah,
to me.
the facial structure, the
You know.
barrel chest on the woman.
Yeah.
The smoothness of Captain America's abs.
It's official. Warrior fans, suck my dick from the back! It's over. 114 to 110. The Raptors are the fucking champions.
I don't watch sports.
Damn. Me either.
Memphis
My family's
Grizzlies.
gonna be upset though.
Dude has 2 games going on at the same time on different devices.
No, I'm about to post a Marc Gasol picture because I'm a Grizzly, baby. Grit and grind till I fucking die, boy. Anyway,
Okay.
so is it time?
It's time, man. I
It's
mean,
fucking time.
we've exhausted everything else.
Let me just post this real quick. You guys talk about something else for like 2
What?
minutes.
Well,
we could just sing All Star by Smash Mouth.
Do it. Go.
somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. He was looking kinda dumb with a finger. Wait, have you seen?
And the years stop coming and they don't stop coming.
Have you seen this guy who?
Yes.
He was playing, I think, Creep on
By
guitar
radio.
by Radiohead,
Yeah.
and then sang Smash Mouth over it. That's his whole. That's his
Oh,
whole
yeah, it's like a
YouTube
fat
channel.
Dude, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a fat dude. Yeah, I've seen that.
shit.
Yeah.
Wait, it's
Somebody
Over
wants
anything.
To...
like, just any tune.
You can do it
Did
for
it over
anything, man.
Evanescence, right? It was
Yeah.
like, wake me up. Somebody was. So amazing.
All
Shout out
right.
to Marc Gasol. I'm a Grizzly till I die. Anyway,
Let's talk about Final Fantasy VII.
so they announced the Final Fantasy VII remake like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's a while.
And as a purist when it comes to Final Fantasy, I was very, very worried. Because there's just like no way you could remake a game that I loved so much and meant so much to me growing up without making me feel somewhat disappointed
Yeah.
or like it was some sort of blasphemy by fucking up the source material, right? And in many ways, I'm still low-key worried.
Yeah, of course.
And like Square Enix's track record
Yeah.
recently has been pretty poor in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like they've fucking blown. Like you know what I mean? Like they just sucked recently.
Yeah, I mean, they still got good games, but they also make a lot of trash ones. you
Yeah,
know?
and I think the Final Fantasy brand has been so tainted by like them trying to appease today's gamer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I don't think they should do that because like today's gamer is not gonna play Final Fantasy anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They should just like. But I understand that you don't want to make the same game over and over, so yeah, whatever. It's just not for me, right? But I think Seven's the at least for what we've seen so far, they're doing it right. But
It seems
anyway,
like it, yeah.
I don't want to get into the gameplay just yet. Just want to like do the whole narrative, right?
Okay. Okay.
So then a release date gets pushed back and pushed back, just like the typical
Square. I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts 3.
How long did we wait for that game?
I mean,
13 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then what they put out was pretty underwhelming, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The beginning and the end of the game is amazing. The middle is literally unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you put 40-ish hours in just to do the main story, and 28 hours of that is a waste of time, in my opinion. So, like, you know, like, you're like, fuck, dude. Like, they're just gonna fucking make this shitty. I don't want to fucking, like, I don't even want to think about it. You know? And then it started to get, they started pushing it back so much that it became, like, comedic.
Yeah.
Like, this game's never gonna come out. It's just like fucking, it's just like Half-Life 3. You know? It's just, it's never gonna come out. You know what I mean? It's a joke at this point. But then like you start seeing some gameplay, you're like, okay, hold up.
Yeah.
But you're like, this could just be coming from like an Advent Children build or something. And then like it slowly starts, and then you hear when they fucking Kitase say, when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, we're focusing on the 7 remake. And you're like, holy shit, okay, this is real. And then they dropped that trailer like what, a month ago, 2 months ago, and it looked really good.
Yeah.
But then it looked like it could have been like a hack and slasher. And that's what I was worried about. I didn't want Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, there's too many nuances and strategy
Right.
to just make it a hack and slash.
Exactly. But then what they revealed the battle system would be like.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Anyway, so during the reveal, they did it. Did you watch the press conference?
Yeah.
How cool did they do that?
Wait, which part though?
At E3, like when they did the actual reveal, where like their whole stage show.
I mean, I've watched like them explain the gameplay. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but like, did you
Yeah.
see like how they introed it at the beginning? So all the
No.
lights went down, and then the screen turned on, and it was the new game screen, where it's like the sword, it's like Cloud's Buster Sword, and it says new game,
shit.
continue, right? And then you hear the classic Final Fantasy menu sound, clink,
Yeah.
and then it goes down one, clink, and it says remake, and then they click on it and it goes like it's a new one, and then they did the entire opening, well, not the entire, but damn near the entire opening.
But that like
the bomb mission.
panning out
and
from
then it's
Shinra.
Aeris.
Yeah.
face, dun, 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 dun. And it was just so perfect, dog. And then when oh god, what's the name of the fucking main Final Fantasy guy?
Cloud?
No, the main Square Enix guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it Yoshinori Katase? It's one of those Japanese guys. He came out and he was like explaining the game, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm sure you would want to see Tifa too, huh?" And everybody's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, you'll probably see her later." And you're like, "Oh." And then they show a second trailer and it's Tifa, and you're like, "Wow!" So it's like they put on a show, which is
Yeah.
really cool, and I think that's like the cool thing about E3 is like they really like make it like a showcase versus like just talking
Yeah.
about games. But yeah, let's talk about the contents of like the gameplay that we saw, right? The main thing that everyone's worried about, including myself, is the battle system.
Yeah.
We don't want Kingdom Hearts on Final Fantasy. We don't want it to be just some hack and slash.
And we don't want Final Fantasy 15 either.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15, which I think is the most overrated Final Fantasy of all time.
Yeah?
I legit tried to play it, and I'm just like, bro, I don't give a fuck. It's more linear than Final Fantasy 10. Anyway, whatever. Though they did a very clever thing with the battle system.
I think
By
so
doing
too. I agree.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You have a free regular attack.
Yeah, you can block. And
can
it feels
block.
like it's still part of like, you know, when you're playing Final Fantasy 7 and you have that chance of miss or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it still feel like you're still doing that, but this
Right.
time you're much more active with it.
Right.
Yeah.
It really makes me feel like I'm taking action
Yeah.
on the attributes that you build up for your character.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. You know what I mean? And it gives you the option to make it Kingdom Heartsy, right?
Yeah.
But there is an ATB gauge.
Yes.
Because again, like the actual attack, like the cheap attacks and the fucking blocking is you could do that for free.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for your ATB to charge.
Yeah.
There's an ATB though that makes it so you could do a hard, like a strong attack, or your magic, or your items.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. That's like a turn-based battle system.
Yeah.
I love it. And then your limits too, right? Your limit breaks too. You have
Yeah.
a limit gauge, and then there's an ATB. Like you
And then when you use like an item,
Right.
it kind of lowers that ATB a
Right.
little bit. Yeah.
there's like an ATB cost.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to make it Kingdom Heartsy, oh wait, sorry, I'm skipping a step. When your ATB is full, you go into tactical mode where things like slow mo and the camera circles you,
Yeah.
so you could choose the attack you want to do, which is like so clever in my opinion, right? But you could choose to not do that at all. You could choose to map all of your magic or your items or your strong attacks to the L1 button, kind of like in Kingdom Hearts when you want
Yeah.
to cast a spell or use an item. So it's like it gives you the choice. If you wanted a Final Fantasy VII remake where it's a brand new game, fine, right? Do it like Kingdom Hearts. If you were a little bit more of a purist and you want to get like try to stay as like true to the source material, then you could fucking do that too.
Yeah.
And I think that shit is incredible.
I think so too. Yeah.
I'm like actually excited about it.
Same here.
I
Like,
didn't think I was gonna.
yeah, because before, like you said, seeing the gameplay, I was worried too. You know, especially you see him walking through corridors and stuff, and it feels linear.
Right.
And like that's my problem with some of the like Final Fantasy games, the more recent one. Like, yeah, Square, like you're amazing with graphics, cutscenes, but like make us play. You know,
Yeah.
like I feel like sometimes,
Right.
yeah, that's like that's a tool set. You shouldn't like abuse it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but then when I saw the gameplay, and I was worried it's like you said it's gonna be Kingdom Hearts 2, which like all right, then Final Fantasy lost its identity,
Right.
or it's gonna be Final Fantasy 15, where like that gameplay to me, maybe later on it would have been fun, but it was
Right.
boring. I
Yeah.
could hold this square button.
Yeah. And then just
Yeah.
move on. Yeah.
But from what I see now, the fact that you could switch between characters,
Yeah.
and seeing the gameplay, how it actually seemed tactical for switching characters, like, all right, Cloud has to do like recharge. Maybe I could use Barrett for like these far away
Right.
people.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the fact that the ATB, like, I think it's smart to have that so that it still has the same Final Fantasy VII feel.
Right.
But the fact that in a way they made that a reward.
Right.
You build up to it, and then once you get that, it's
You're
like,
like,
all right,
yes!
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like when you get a limit in Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 7, you're like, oh fuck, and then like you use cross slash and it like it's a payoff. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Unlike Kingdom Hearts, where like all the battle, it felt like no challenge because it's just
Yeah.
like I could use these big moves at will, and then I'll move on.
Yeah, that's the thing with Kingdom Hearts. That's why I think the first one is the strongest as far as gameplay, because there's
You
that
think so?
challenge. I think so.
I think it's like clunkier, but yeah, it's the hardest one.
Well,
but
I
because
just
it's, like,
think that like the second one was good. You could like
Wow.
maneuvering is good.
Yeah.
But and I like the cinematics when you perform like the supers.
Mm-hmm.
But there were too many times where I just have to press triangle.
Like your
Like I think it just happened.
Well, I think you're playing on too easy of a game mode then.
Is it?
Yeah, if you play on hard or proud, it's
Oh, okay.
far less triangles.
I
You have to
see. I
press,
see.
yeah.
That's just because sometimes it feels like when you initiate those, where you just could
It's
kind
OP,
of like
yeah.
Yeah,
you can just
OP,
chill.
yeah.
So yeah, I would recommend that you play Kingdom Hearts 2 on hard mode, and then
Okay.
after that, you'll probably love it way more.
Okay.
Because I think the battle system in 2 is superior.
You think
to
so? Okay.
all the Kingdom Hearts games. I will say that Kingdom Hearts 1 was the funnest to beat, like the most
Yeah.
rewarding to beat, because it was the hardest one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And the fact that it made it clunky, sometimes it just added that weight to it.
Yeah.
Which is like the later Kingdom Hearts made your character feel lighter and lighter.
Right. So
you know?
floaty.
Yeah.
And as much as I loved like Birth by Sleep, that was like my favorite offshoot Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah.
Because the lore was really good. Still convoluted, but really good.
Yeah.
The battles was so floaty. Like
Mm-hmm.
you press a button and it does a thing, and then you press a button and it does a thing, and instead of it being like I'm controlling this character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so it doesn't look like 7 Remake is going to be like that. at all.
Yeah.
I think a big thing too that we kind of glossed over that's huge is being able to switch between characters.
Yeah.
It's almost like in GTA 5 when you could switch to Trevor. You know what I mean? It's like that, except like, and like, whenever you switch to Trevor or Franklin, they say like a quip, right? They'll say
Yeah.
something. It's like that in the 7 Remake when you switch to Barrett. He's like, I'm taking over now. Because he doesn't sound like a black guy. But
Is that your white guy voice?
that's Barrett's
taking
voice.
over now.
Can we load up
Yeah.
Barrett so we could show
let me get my phone.
Wolfie what Barrett sounds like, and we could get into some of the
Is this
things
the
that I'm
large
not.
black guy that?
He has a gun arm. He's
Oh,
one of the
I know
most
what you're talking
iconic character designs ever. It's a
Right.
black dude with a flat top, hella tattoos, and he's missing an arm, so he put a gun on it. Like that is iconic. You know what I mean?
That just sounds like America personified.
But like if you
the 80s,
word,
80s personified.
I keep thinking if they had like the voice of like who's the fucking dude from
Steve from Blue's Clues.
No, he's from fucking Steve from Blues. He's from Thor. He's British. Idris Elba. If they got Idris Elba to be Barrett's voice,
Fucking.
that would be
talented as
amazing.
shit. Oh my god.
But instead, they got some fucking huge white dude that listens to Eminem and was like, "Be a black guy," and they're like, and he was like, "Word, bet."
Fans are offended by Barrett's voice in Final Fantasy
As
VII
they
Remake.
fucking should, bro.
Damn, let me hear this shit.
No, yeah, we'll
Let
load
me
it up.
let me.
He'll load
I
it
mean,
up.
I'll have to like. Okay, let me see.
You're gonna put the clip on.
Yeah.
Let me look for it.
And then we'll put it against the mic or something.
Yeah.
Years start coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules.
Well,
and hit the ground
while we wait,
running.
I'll just talk
It
about.
makes sense not to live for fun. Brain gets smart, but you can't get so.
All right.
Okay.
You got it set up.
So
well,
what's
well,
wrong
before
with
we get
taking the back streets?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, man. There's still a few more like positives we should talk about,
Which is?
which is the fact that they gave a release date. They gave a hard release date.
That
Was
shouldn't
it
be
this
a
year?
Positive though. That's just expected.
No, it's because it's okay. First and foremost, at its core, yes,
Yeah.
you're right. But with Square Enix,
Okay.
it's
That's
always
true.
like spring 2000. And then after that, and then 4 months later, it's like, oh no, we said we said winter that same year, and they did.
Definitely, I way prefer that to saying summer 2017, and then a piece of shit, not fully developed thing.
No, I
And then
agree.
you have to
Yeah,
buy the
yeah.
No,
patch.
I agree with that too. My thing is, if you're not even close, don't announce a date. But Square Enix is the king of here
They like to blow their load
Yeah, it's
early.
like we have
you know,
we have a game that's 40% spring 2022. You know what I mean? So it's like I would rather not hear. And then with how long we've been waiting for a release date because
Yeah.
they keep saying spring, summer. And
Yeah.
then now we finally got some real updates, and they say March 3rd, 2020. That gets me excited because they're still probably going to push it back, but it's going to come out in 2020.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out in September 2020 or Christmas 2020. You know what I mean? That's what. But at least we know it's coming. Now,
Yeah.
there's negatives to that though.
What?
Wait, actually, before you go on though, can I see the clip?
No. That's going to be one of the biggest negatives.
Okay.
So let's go
stay
right
with
into the
positives.
negative. No, I did all the positives.
Oh, okay.
Was there any more positives that you wanted to talk about?
I mean, so far the cinematic that they recreated
Yeah.
seem very what's the word for it? Very accurate.
Yeah.
I like how. I mean, as far as the cinematics, I like how they're going by how the first game looked.
Yeah.
And it actually made me kind of amazed with the PS1
Yeah.
to be able to do that whole because you see it now, it looks amazing. But coming from Aerith,
Yeah.
pan out to this whole city, it's like you could do that with PS1. you
Yeah.
know?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And another thing too that it seems like for the most part they're staying true to the story.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say that with a grain of salt, and I'll get to that later. But I think that's where we're at with the positives.
Yeah.
Some of the negatives that piggybacking off of the release date is that they have been so convoluted about how many games this is gonna be. Because there was speculation that it was going to be an episodic game,
Fuck no.
which would have been awful.
Yeah.
But I think they confirmed that it's not episodic,
Okay, good.
but it's going to be a multi-part game.
Ah, man.
So it's almost like when fucking Harry
Just have 4 discs.
you know how Harry Potter, the last book is one book, but they
Yeah.
made it 2 movies. You know what I mean? So 7 is one game. They're going to make it maybe 3
Damn.
games, which I'm not mad at because I'd rather them do it right.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it also gives them the opportunity of making certain parts more detailed and more fleshed out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be kind of just from an integrity part again. If it's a DLC where you have to buy the second half of the game, it needs to be either definitively a part 2 or a DLC or
Yeah.
a separate game.
I think they answered I was also worried about that too, but they announced that this first game is just Midgar, right? But it's worth 2 Blu-ray discs, which tells me even though I am gonna have to pay $65 for this game,
Yeah.
at least there's gonna be a shit ton of content in there.
Yeah, I mean, which is okay, if they're going that route, I think the gameplay will still be intact, it'll still be good.
Yeah.
But then after the first one releases, how long are we gonna wait? You know, it's
Hopefully
God.
there's enough content in this first one
yeah.
to get us to at least a year out. I believe that because I think I've always said this too. The beginning of Final Fantasy VII is so good, and Midgar seems like there's so much more. Midgar at the beginning of the game seemed like everything,
Yeah.
and then after that you leave
That's
Midgar,
true.
and we never. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like there's so much more that they could do to give us more of the world building for Midgar. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Shinra becomes such an afterthought so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could see though how like if they have it all in Midgar, because they don't step outside into the overworld.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess that will just be its own city.
Yeah.
That maybe you could explore.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's open world because I'm as far as Midgar.
Yeah, that would be so
because
sick.
I don't want the Final Fantasy 13 where like here's a hallway.
Yeah.
Keep walking.
Right.
You know?
I agree. Yeah, I don't want that at all.
Yeah.
But there's also some things like I've always wondered ever since I was a kid, because if you play 7, the original 7, the only sectors you go to in Midgar is 6, 7, and 8. Mm-hmm. Right? What's in Sector 1? I don't know. I want to see this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
That'd be cool.
It would be cool to be able to see what's going on out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And by expanding the Midgar thing, obviously they're going to have to take some liberties with the story.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing when it comes to remakes. So, you know, again, grain of salt. But yeah, so but the negative though is like they haven't confirmed how many parts the game is going to be.
Yeah.
Is it going to be 5 parts? I don't want a 5-part Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
I would love if they followed the discs.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be
But
awesome.
Disc 1 is far more than just Midgar though.
Yeah.
You know, you leave Midgar, you go to Junin, you take the boat across, you go to Gold Saucer, you go to Cosmo Canyon, you do the Temple of the Ancients. Sephiroth does the thing to Aeris,
Yeah.
and then that's disc 1.
I hope they're saying it's just Midgar,
They're saying
but
it's they're saying it's just Midgar.
I hope they can though at least put that in.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
think the perfect storm would be one game is disc 1.
Yeah.
One game is disc 2 from the original. One game is disc 3. I'm good with that. But if one game is Midgar, so much shit happens after Midgar in disc 1.
Yeah.
Is that going to be one game? And then disc 2 is one game and then disc
Yeah.
that's going to be too much.
But then again, okay, there's the main points they have to get through in Midgar, right?
Right.
And I guess you'll add more fluff to it if you are expanding on, the Midgar city. But at the same time, they don't have to add too much to Midgar as far as like things you could do other than like
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, like you said, like it doesn't end up being like a big part of the game.
Yeah.
So hopefully what they do in Midgar is just allow for exploration.
Yeah.
So you could learn a little bit more like backstory, but I don't want it to be super crucial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I want them to stay true to the story points. Mm-hmm. So that's one negative because it's like they're being super sketchy about that. And if they end up going, I hope they don't, going with a bunch of different parts, it's almost like an episodic thing, and I hate that. Because I don't appreciate that shit from a big developer.
Yeah,
know
me neither. I mean, it already kind of sucks with like even smaller games.
Yeah.
And like I think we just give those a pass.
Right.
But honestly, I want my game now.
Yeah, bro. You made us wait so long, and I'm finna pay $65. I'm actually gonna pay way more because I'm gonna do the pre-order. Did you see what comes in the pre-order bundle though?
Is it the Buster Sword?
It's not. It's Cloud with the Buster Sword on his motorcycle.
Oh shit!
Which is sick. But then it also comes with like a downloadable materia, like an extra summon, and like this like lore book that comes with it. Some posters of the new character designs and stuff like that. There's a bunch of shit.
That's
in there
awesome.
That I'm gonna. It's fucking $260.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it.
Well, I was just gonna say before because we're going to the bad stuff. I would say the plus is still sticking with the materia system.
Yeah. And they're fucking going in with that.
Yeah.
With the materia showing in the weapons.
Yeah, which I
That's
think was sick. Yeah.
That's a great touch. But yeah, so there's some negatives there. Do you want to get into the Barrett negative?
Yeah. Okay.
So-
First, should I just play this real quick?
Well, yeah. Let's show Wolfy too. But like the backdrop is Barrett is probably the most iconic black character in any JRPG.
Okay.
Right, and he is such a important character because he really embodies your mentality in the narrative, right? Cloud, the main character, is meant to be kind of mysterious. He's supposed to be, he's like an unreliable narrator, right? That's Cloud's role.
I love Japan's take on black people and what they've done with it.
I mean, I like it too, but it's also kind of fucking racist.
It is.
Very racist.
Yeah.
God damn.
But I feel like it's racist, but it's not like a
amazing.
hateful kind of
Exactly,
racism.
They're always badass. They're always big as shit.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, but it's very stereotypical.
If they're funny, they're big as shit, but like they're not stupid. They're like too nice or something.
It just shows me that Japanese people are scared of black people.
Oh, for sure.
So
Dude, I saw this. video of this guy. I don't know. There's just this two Asian older couple, right? I don't know what.
Oh, the one where he takes the mask off.
Yeah, where he like scares them and
Comes
they
in,
don't
like, with the
they don't
scary
like
kabuki
move.
mask.
Yeah, then
They
he
don't
takes
move at
off
all.
his mask and it's
And
a black guy. They're like,
they're
whoa.
Oh my god, it's fucking awful. But yeah, so his literary, like the literary device for Barrett is your attitude towards the
story,
conflict at that time. At the beginning of the game, you're like, man, yeah, fuck Shinra, we're gonna blow this shit up, and then slowly you're like, well, fuck the world. But then you slowly like, you know what? I'm not cut out for this shit. You know what I mean? And like Barrett's realization that he's not a badass throughout the game is so cool. And then his whole thing with his daughter and with Marlene and dying, like that shit is crazy. So he's like an integral character.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy what now?
7.
Okay.
He's like the foil to Cloud. You know what I mean?
What are we on now? 17?
No, we're on 15, but they're doing the 7 remake. Yeah.
Where were you, man? This whole
I don't play
conversation.
Final Fantasy. I know what I'm doing here. I
Anyway.
like Doom. Me play Halo. Shoot Alien.
Why you sound like Kamari in Final Fantasy X? But so again, he's a beloved character.
I'ma shoot the Covenant, man. Never fucking kill me.
All right, so here we go. So Barrett is like a fucking classic character, and in Advent Children, which was a movie they made after like 10 years after 7, his voice acting was already bad.
Yeah.
And has only gotten worse. This is what Japanese people think Barrett Wallace,
Okay.
huge black guy,
The mic while
should
you're
sound.
looking. Ah, what the fuck?
Are you okay?
Is that an ad?
You hear that?
Are you okay?
Wait, play it again?
Is there a better
Give me
clip?
like a half second.
I mean,
fraction of a
I looked
word.
for Barrett and it's just the trailers.
He essentially sounds like this.
Yeah, here.
I'm a black guy.
You look for it.
What? I don't even know what it fucking looks like.
Just press play.
The only black guy.
Black guy.
The black guy.
There you go.
Take a load off your shoulders.
Are you
Hold
okay?
on. There, so you know,
They don't call me Catchphrase Jones because I'm black.
I got the horses in the back.
That's legit what Japanese people think Barrett Wallace should sound like.
That's like all of it, with Japanese. It's like cowboy gun shooting,
Yeah.
shooting, drinking. It's like
Look at him. Doesn't it look like if Idris Elba was his voice? Like a deep, smooth guy?
Yeah.
Like, sure, he yells all the time, but he doesn't have to sound like a fucking
he
cowboy.
sounds like a badass.
Like, come on.
This is what an angry black man.
I
sounds
feel like
like
that's
Are
a
you fucking
voice
kidding me?
I've heard in so many animes too.
Yeah.
You know, like
Is it like? Is there a way to like find out if it's like just a super famous voice actor?
It's not.
Oh.
I can
yeah,
tell you
it's just a
not.
voice actor.
Just me.
So that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
What other?
Yeah, I mean, especially now, you know, all these years.
Yeah.
And you like were reading Barrett's, you know, like in text his
Yeah.
dialogue, and then when you finally hear what they were going
I
for,
was
like,
like, wow, that is not what I heard in my head. Clearly, you've never been around black people in your
Yeah.
life. You know what
But,
I mean? Like,
I
that's
mean-
crazy.
But actually, even his dialogue, though, even when I was a kid, thought it was kind of funny. You know,
that's true.
like the way he cusses just seemed
Yeah.
like,
Like at random times.
yeah, bastard.
And then like there's so that sucks. Another thing that kind of sucks in my opinion, but is also kind of a good thing, is like you could tell they're making some changes to the story.
Yeah.
There's already some things there that's not right.
I mean, someone was telling me that one scene where Aerith,
Yeah, there's like these black
Yeah,
souls.
that's
what is that? Is that supposed to be
Yeah.
Sephiroth?
it's the Heartless.
But yeah, like I read that somebody was like, "Well, that's Sephiroth," and I was like, "But here's the misconception there. Sephiroth wasn't seen in the beginning part of the game. Sephiroth wasn't terrorizing other people, and it wasn't Sephiroth. It was the Genova cells in Cloud. So what you were seeing, the flashbacks and the blackouts, was internal.
Yeah.
That was Clouds. Why is Aerith reacting to these ghosts?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the common misconception too is Sephiroth killed Aerith. Sephiroth didn't kill Aerith. Sephiroth doesn't come back in the game until the end of the game when he's in the cave, because he was like crystallized in Mako, right? Like that was Genova. Genova killed Aerith. You know what I mean? Like Genova is like the fucking bitch. You know what I mean? So I'm sure they're gonna fucking like include like some stuff from like Crisis Core and all those other games that I don't care about.
Yeah.
And like the weird Sin Spawn stuff and like
Yeah.
Geostigma.
I feel like that's
You
kind
know
of
what I
the
mean?
problem with certain stories, games, and even movies when they add on and then they do a prequel or remake.
Right.
It's like they have to add on all these things that are just tacked on, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a shame. But I think overall, they're making the right move by kind of changing the story a bit, because there's no way you're going to please everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think the changes that they're making to the story are going to be huge.
Yeah.
At least I hope not.
Well, I was going to ask too, actually, because like that came out, I don't know, in the 1990 something, right?
Yeah, 97.
Okay. So really 97?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But and like especially now that we play Final Fantasy games,
Yeah.
I just feel like we know how convoluted these stories
Right.
are.
Yeah.
We know how bad these dialogues are.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is going to translate as well as it did back then? And
That's
will they
true.
be making changes to fix that, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that it also is like relevant to like the Doom point, right?
Yeah.
I think the reason why some games worked back then was because you were able to suspend your belief.
Yeah.
Because it's like, obviously this is a game I'm playing because of how it looks. Or
Yeah.
like the shortcomings of the game was endearing back then, because again,
Yeah.
like there was no way around it. Now things are so real that you like are less willing to suspend your belief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I am concerned that it's going to be this flashy game that's just like cheesy and
Yeah.
not cheesy in the right way.
That's kind of a common concern with a lot of games now, is that it's not even flashy. Like, obviously, the graphics are fucking amazing and all that shit, but all that money goes into developing the best graphics ever, and then there's just like a story tacked onto it.
Yeah.
I
That's
hate
true.
that.
I hate that too.
Here's the thing, though, where a lot of people online are just straight up fucking hypocrites. Jedi Fallen Order.
Uh-huh.
Graphics, not that great. You know what that tells me? They put money into writing.
Right.
That just tells me off the bat. And everyone's like, "Oh, it looks like fucking bullshit." What?
Oh, shit.
Which is
There's that
hypocritical,
game.
Because
Yeah.
everyone says like I just said, "Oh, the graphics are so fucking amazing, but the story's fucking trash." The same people were bitching about
The
Jedi
graphics
Fallen
being
Order
trash.
being
Yeah.
trash, Jedi Fallen Order, but the storyline.
Amazing.
I mean,
It's most likely going to be amazing.
and look at Battlefront.
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 This man is struggling with English today.
Battlefront. Tom.
Battlefront. But
Battlefront 2.
but like
We've been
yeah.
here for longer than Vivek in this country. Let's just put that in perspective.
But I'm
let
regressing,
me
alright. I'm
remind you.
going back to my roots, alright. But
What are
Battlefront. But
What type of brown? I still haven't figured it out.
when that came out, though, like graphics were amazing,
Right.
you know. But it's just a shallow game,
Yeah.
so I'd rather,
Battlefront?
Battlefront.
Well, you know, and you know what a good example of that is, though? Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Yeah,
Oh my
Such a
God.
buggy game,
yeah,
but the lore.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
yes.
Fucking believable.
We all agree on something for once.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 and New Vegas
Fallout.
are
What is going on? I'm leaving. Fallout 3, Battlefront.
Filipinos in the fucking building today, boy.
Filipinos in that.
The worst part is like I didn't grow up in the Philippines.
Just straight up California.
Yeah, I'm from Crenshaw. Okay? Like,
I went to school here.
yeah. But yeah, I think, you know, Fallout 3 and New Vegas, like, the game itself was super buggy and the graphics weren't the best,
Oh,
but like
yeah, but who
the
cares when the
lore
fucking-
Yeah.
was so
Right.
good.
And
like
the game mechanics.
right,
When they weren't buggy,
right.
unheard of previous
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, and I didn't experience enough bugs, and when I did, it's almost endearing. It's
Yeah, like
kinda
the
funny.
doctor when he's like,
Hilarious.
and it's like the first game or the first scene in the game. Doctor's head is broken out.
you see this one meme that actually happened in game where there's like a severed head on the floor, and what did it say? It's like pretending to be dead.
Yeah. So
There's
good.
actually, if you glitch out of, in the beginning where you're a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all around,
In Fallout
if you
3,
glitch
yeah.
out, you're not actually a baby. You're just a shrunken down version of a grown ass man self.
It's so funny.
They didn't program a baby body.
Yeah, so funny. But yeah, like the lore. And at the end of the day, the lore and the story needs to be the backbone of it,
Yeah.
unless it's a battle royale game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where like a lot of like game developers get it fucked up. Like Fallout 76 and Fallout 4, the graphics
Yeah.
were amazing. The stories were ass. And 76 is such a
know-
it's just ass.
You know what game just killed it and continues to keep killing it in both things? GTA 5 has not stopped.
Oh yeah,
giving.
Yeah.
yeah.
It has not stopped
1000%.
giving. Online, fun as shit. New game modes added every once in a while. There's still support for it.
Yeah.
The story, fucking award-winning.
I would,
badass.
I like as much as it's not my favorite game of all time. I could objectively say
It is
Grand Theft Auto 5
all-rounded.
is the best game ever made.
It is the best.
I would
when
say,
GTA
yeah.
4 came out, it stayed at the top of the charts till GTA 5 came
Yeah.
out.
Well, especially with open world games,
Yeah.
when they come out, a lot of times they feel that the world they create doesn't feel alive.
Yeah.
Rockstar is amazing at that.
Yep.
And that's the
So-
first Grand Theft Auto I've finished because each mission is different. You
Yeah.
know, even though you have the same mechanics
Yeah.
all the time.
It's not just some fetch quest. It's,
Yeah, while you play like
It's
a
not just
Ubisoft game,
yeah.
it's like same thing over
It's
and
a fetch
over.
quest,
Yeah.
or it's like a
Right.
death. Like it's like a
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
like things like Skyrim, where the world is literally alive. You could just
Yeah.
stand in one place, and the dragons would still be fighting the giants over
Mm.
there. Like,
Yeah.
that is something that's just extra special to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, Skyrim had buggy ass fucking dragons flying backwards and shit.
Skyrim bug though, there's this one Skyrim bug that pissed me off.
What?
It
The
like
giant would launch you.
no,
I
it,
love
it's
that.
my
Yeah.
stats. It took it down, like took all my perks, and I lost all like my
Oh, that
experience.
sucks.
Yeah.
There was. Remind me of which game this was. Very early on in the game, you come upon a wizard, and in exchange for some money, he wants to grant you increased life or anything, or something like that.
Huh.
And he just like basically takes your money and then warps you into the fucking sky, so you fall and die. Someone tell me in the comments.
I
guys,
don't know
this
what
game
that-
is, because I swear to God, it's some kind of Elder Scrolls. Maybe it was Oblivion. I'm not sure. But when you're starting out the game, right after character creation, you're walking out into the world. You did your tutorial missions, whatever. You meet this wizard that needs some help, right?
Hashtag what's Wolfie talking about?
Yeah. Where the fuck am I? So what he does, you basically get promised like help from a wizard, right?
Yeah.
You're new to the game. You're new to this world. You're like, yeah, wizards and dragons and shit. Like, yeah, this magic dude can like definitely hook me up. It's like this is early in the game, so it's definitely some type of fetch quest. Turns out it is. Just get him a potion or some shit, heal him up, and he's supposed to give you money or something like that. A simple transaction. He's just a dick. He just teleports you into the sky, and you fall and die.
So,
right next to him. You
what
go
did it look
vertically
like?
Upwards 1,000 feet.
What did it look like? It could be like Morrowind or something.
I'm pretty sure. It's Oblivion.
Oblivion. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Oblivion. Now that I think about it. No,
But yeah, you were saying something, Medium?
Oh, I was thinking we're already an hour and a half in.
Oh shit! Wow, I didn't think we were gonna have a lot to talk about.
Whoop.
I feel like we didn't even really talk much about Final Fantasy VII because I guess
You guys
it's a bunch of
talked about-
speculation.
you
No,
guys
we talked about it for a
You
while.
Oh, we
guys
did?
talked
We
about it.
did?
For sure talked
Yeah,
about
I
it.
mean,
Time
I
just
think,
went by fast.
Yeah, to like wrap that part up, I think I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm still a little skeptical, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
And so far they've done it right. They've finally done their release
Works.
of information
Yeah.
properly.
And if you think about it, though, the biggest worries that people had was the battle system.
Yeah.
And so far, that looks good at
And
least.
it looks good.
And
Yeah.
like anything else, if they just pretty much follow the original,
Yeah.
if they can, I mean, they don't even have to update the story or the dialogue because we'll forgive it.
Yeah.
All these people want to play it. It's a nostalgia thing, you
Right.
know.
'Cause
But
I-
the gameplay has
Nostalgia's real though, because when I was
Yeah.
watching their E3 showcase, I legit teared up
Yeah?
on certain things. Because like I don't know, dog. Like this like coming at like the way I grew up and how many places I moved to and
Mm-hmm.
people not being around and fucking having to make new friends all the time. The
Yeah.
constant in my life were like Final Fantasy and like these were like my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So seeing 7 like this and this light and the Tifa reveal, I fucking cried.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like I'm just excited, but I'm also fucking worried because these things are so special to me. I still haven't even watched the ending to 7, even though I've beaten the game so many times. I know what
Yeah.
happens in the ending. I still refuse to watch it though because I just don't want it to end in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just
So-
hope they pull an Infinite War / Endgame with this one.
Yeah.
And not disappoint. Because, like,
I agree.
that's
Yeah.
the one thing where expectations is so high.
So high right now.
And they delivered,
Yeah. Let's see. They got it. If they could do that, that'd be awesome. They were doing Avengers the game, so they better.
Square, don't fuck this up, man.
Truth.
They be like,
They'd be like, no way.
All right.
shit,
well,
man.
That's our talk with E3 and Final Fantasy 7. I guess we'll just wrap it up. I mean, anything else you guys want to add? Any projects coming up?
What you
still
got,
working
Wolf?
on still working on sex tapes, still writing things, mixing's a way off. I mean, what was the release schedule for it?
There was no. I mean, like we were hoping for the summer, but here we are.
Right.
I mean, it's all good.
Still
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't. I'd rather you take your time and put it out properly.
Right. Which I'm
And
gonna do.
yeah, we're writing, so it's all good. So I'm excited for it, but there will be a video for it dropping soon, though.
Oh yeah. We got to shoot the.
Oh, don't tell them what it
Yeah,
is yet.
oh.
Ooh. You just
your
gotta find
secrets.
out. Keep your secrets. That's also a meme that you didn't put on your damn list, which is so good.
Because
this year.
it's too simple for me. And there's
Oh.
Oh, but the ones that were
For
oh my
professional
God.
retard
Yeah,
one.
that one's not simple. That one's
professional retarded. I still love it. I still love it.
bitch
I love
ass
it.
nigga.
I love it.
They don't have. Oh shit, that's a red. That's not on there. That's like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Good. Anyway, yeah. So you got that coming out. 80 Seagull. There's more videos coming out. Yeah.
All right. As for me, I'm still
That's my
picking a
peace out.
day to when to release Pleasure.
Pleasure.
It will be coming out. You guys should check it out. It's a good song. Other than that, just helping Wolfy mix and
Yeah. We got stuff, man. We got
Yeah.
stuff and things.
and things.
Well, shit, y'all.
All right,
Well,
guys.
where can they find you on IG, bro?
you guys can find me at the Holographic Children.
Mine is Hypeman Wolfy. No spaces on. If I have a social media account on it, it's gonna be Hypeman Wolfy.
And it's Wolfy, like WOL.
OLFY.
Yeah.
Not IE.
No IE.
Yeah. Hashtag Where's Wolfie?
Hashtag Where's Wolfie? Because I get lost sometimes. Hey, you should find out where my picture.
You should
is.
watch the horror movie that we're gonna put out called Where's Wolfie. Just keep your eye out for that. It's like
It's a
Blair
werewolf
Witch.
movie.
Yeah, it's like a Blair Witch type thing.
That'd be
where
sick.
it's just we're gonna okay.
I was just gonna say though, they're making a Blair Witch game.
What?
Yeah.
So it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
no, you actually
That's what
walk.
it is.
You walk around and you have a camera.
Oh, so it's like every fucking game that all the YouTube guys play.
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
like Nightmare Dungeons. And stuff
Yeah, or Outlast or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, man, fuck out of here, whistleblower ass nigga.
They're also remaking Destroy All Humans
Oh, really?
and making a Psychonauts.
That I'm good with.
Psychonauts. I'm excited for.
Destroy All Humans is like one of the most slept on game ever. You're an alien and you fucking come to kill humans. I want to do that again and again.
Halo.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
Yeah, where can they find
they
you?
can find me on St. Louis or on Dubs, smoking loud. What? I'm from the loop and I'm proud. Shouts out to Nelly, bitch ass. I'll fight you. I'll fight Nelly. Fuck it. I think I could beat Nelly up. What do you think?
Where is Nelly?
I think I could beat Nelly up.
Isn't he like 50 years old or something?
Don't
That's
you think I
probably
could
why-
beat up a 50-year-old small rapper?
You think he
Maybe.
still got his band-aids on his face?
Of course he does.
It's the same Band-Aid from
It's
the
a-
original music video.
It's a
You
brand.
gotta punch him in the band-aid,
No,
you
man,
know?
you gotta-
That's already
that's his weak spot.
It's like, bro, I'm gonna punch you with a Band-Aid. And he's like, oh.
It's super effective. No, but you can find me at Medium
Nelly,
37.
please don't fight us. We like you.
No, I'll fight you, Nelly. Don't listen to Wolfie's bitch
I
ass.
like you.
I'm not. I want all the smoke from Nelly.
You alright?
Specifically Nelly.
Furtado?
Ooh, I want something
yeah,
else for
Nelly,
Nelly
yeah.
Furtado. I want to make a frittata with Nelly Furtado. You feel me? Anyway, you
titty
can.
croissant.
Wait, at least let him get his handle out.
Yeah, you can find me at Medium 37 Franc. That's FRANC, like French money. You feel me? You should
What was that?
He's just mad that he doesn't have the sauce like I do.
Sauce.
You can follow the rest of the Wave Gang in the description. We ain't talking about them no more. You feel me? But yeah, that's it.
All right.
We're
Well, thank you
excited for the
guys.
future.
Yeah, we're
Bye.
excited.
For the future.
Excited for Doom in heaven.
One of us is.
I do.
Oh God. Anyway,
All right.
Shoot alien with gun.
you know what we say at the fucking On Repeat podcast. Zip it
it
up
up
and
and
zip
zip
it
it
out.
Oh, zip it up. Wait, zip it up and suck my. Wait.
What?
No, man. No.
Zip it up and shut it down?
Zip
it up.
Zip it out
Yeah.
and
That's a Dave Chappelle reference.
zip it out and shut it down?
We got to do it again. You know what we say at the On Repeat podcast.
Zip it up and zip it out.
Yeah.